Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about how to communicate effectively at work to land a promotion. Most of the people I work with eventually want to figure out how to get promoted, or at least how to show up looking like a candidate for the next level. So, I'm going to share my framework along with some examples from clients who were promoted. Side note, I helped 3 women get promoted last year while they were pregnant, and their promotions came through when they were on maternity leave. Also, this year I'm sharing 12 leadership metrics that will help you succeed in your career. This is pretty much a full framework for how to develop your skills to build your career. This month, we're talking about effective communication strategies. You can catch up on all the videos in the playlist on my YouTube channel. Everything is linked below in the description, and communication is so important that it also has its own playlist, which I've called the Communication Toolkit. Make sure to check it out. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. Number 1, know what you want. There's a difference between showing up to work, doing a good job, and then going through your performance reviews expecting a raise and promotion after a specific amount of time. On the other hand, you could still show up to work, do a good job, understand where those responsibilities and opportunities are going to take you, and then go into your performance reviews with information and expectations about how those experiences will shape the way you move through the organization. Be the second one. Always know where you're going. Always know the reason you have a job. If it's to pay bills, that's fine. If it's to build experience and then move on, that's fine too. If you really love the place where you work and you can see yourself building a career there, then start figuring out what you need to do to make that happen. And if you're ready to move up in an organization, then start researching what it takes to get to the next level. Make a plan and start to create a path for that to happen for you. Now, this is the first step. It doesn't mean that whatever you plan for yourself is going to happen exactly the way you planned it, but you can certainly create a path and expectations for where you want to be within a certain amount of time. This gives you a purpose and helps you understand your connection to the work, especially if that work can get aggravating every once in a while. And if you're dealing with toxic people, this is a good time to remind yourself that you have bigger things to accomplish and that your main goal is to build your professional strengths so you can move on, because you're going to outgrow those toxic people. Number 2, talk to your boss and stakeholders. There are plenty of people who will tell you their experience about getting promoted, and it's that they showed up and did great work and their boss recognized their talent and bam, they were promoted. You know what? Fine, it happens. In reality, if you're not having that experience, then you need to constantly remind your boss of your aspirations. One of 2 things will happen. Either your boss will tell you that there's a path forward, but maybe it's competitive and you'll have to work hard for it, or your boss will eventually admit that there's no path forward for you in the department where you are. That happened to me. Either way, the best part is now you know. So let's say there's a path forward for you. Having a conversation with your boss will help you stay on track, check in with meaningful feedback, and find stakeholders who are also invested in your professional development. Make sure to ask your boss what you need to do in the next 6 months in order to build your skills. Is there a project assignment that will get you visibility? Is there an expertise that you can develop over that amount of time? Can you start delegating and keeping track of other team members as a way of figuring out your leadership style? One of my clients recently shared his ask with me. He said that in about 2 months, he's going to find out which promotion he gets. That means that he has these next 8 weeks to focus on making a good impression where he can. He asked his boss, "Where should I exclusively focus my energy over the next 8 weeks?" It was very specific and very effective. Getting promoted, especially into higher levels of management, means you'll need to illustrate your decision-making skills, your management skills, and your independent thinking skills. This is also about being able to articulate what you want when you want it and asking for help in how to get it. Number 3, build a case study. Sure, you can wait for an official meeting with HR to help you through the process of preparing for promotion, but it's also good practice to start documenting your wins as you see them. You need to be able to talk with your boss regularly about the wins you're tallying up and make sure your boss sees them as wins as well. To create a case study, You'll need to start documenting your assignments, your wins, and any accolades from important stakeholders and start pulling that information together in a folder. Keep checking in with your boss. Am I on the right track? Am I building the skills necessary for the next level? Where do I need to illustrate my skills? Who else needs to see me doing great work? Once you have the foundation for the type of work higher ups want to see you doing, you can build on that foundation by getting in front of other stakeholders, asking to be included in specific meetings, even if it's just to observe, volunteering to run projects, meetings, or events, and even asking where your boss can delegate some of their own responsibilities to you. Why should he get promoted? Well, he's qualified, but he's also familiar with the job and doing a good number of those responsibilities already. And he's doing great at it. That's the person who gets promoted. But also, that's the person whose promotion is not even remotely a surprise to anyone. Number 4, follow up and keep moving forward. You know, a lot of this is hard. I work with plenty of people who tell me that they never considered having these conversations before, or they never thought they would need to do so much prep work just to be considered for a promotion. But the thing is, there are too many unknowns when it comes to getting what you want or what you expected at work. There are too many factors that could either accelerate your goals or just outright derail them. And if you have a hard time asking for what you want, then this is going to be a difficult framework for you to use. At the same time, it's going to ask you to step outside your comfort zone to the degree that you can until you get used to doing it. Now, you might be thinking that this framework probably works best in a corporate environment. And yes, that's where I've tested most of my solutions. But I will tell you this, the frameworks are not intended to just be foolproof ways to get what you want without doing much effort. They're not plug and play frameworks that if you work in corporate, this is foolproof. They're intended to push you outside your comfort zone, make statements that wouldn't come naturally to you, and look around at how those statements change things for you. And you can use them in any environment. A small family law firm? Sure. An industrial factory? Yes. A financial institution or a bank? Go ahead. Because this is really about empowerment. No one else gets to tell you if you're worthy of a promotion. You are. I've spent my entire career with one philosophy for myself. Ask for what you want because it may not be obvious to other people. And if you don't ask and keep making assumptions about how other people see you, you'll be disappointed quite a few times, but those times could be really big letdowns. Advocate for yourself. It's the most important thing you can do for your own career success and well-being. As for my clients who are pregnant, we use this framework all the way up to the deadline for submission of promotions. They stayed in front of their bosses consistently and relentlessly, and their new jobs were waiting for them when they came back. Yes, it's possible, but I will say that you'll do best if you work for a company that values you as a human being who is worth the investment. If you're not there right now, like I said earlier, it's okay. Make sure you understand why you're there and then keep moving forward until you find the right environment for you to thrive. All right, so that's it for my video on how to communicate effectively at work to land a promotion. If you have examples of how you managed to secure a promotion, feel free to share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. April is all about building trust and relationships at work, and you don't want to miss that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.